Hello everyone, my name is Celeste Miranda. Tonight I'm going to be giving a speech that encourages the need for firearm education and safety for both adults and for children. As being members of the United States, we are all aware that the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution offers us the right to keep and to bear arms. However, there are state and federal laws that are in place for gun owners, dealers, and collectors to follow. Some states differ in the regulations and laws that they have listed. A good example of this is the right to carry. Not all states offer the right to carry a concealed weapon in public settings. It's very important to be familiar with firearms. You need to know the components and safety measures that are needed in handling the gun, transporting the gun. It's very important to be familiar with what you have and what you need to keep yourself safe. You need to have a respect for firearms. You need to know the potential damage that can be caused by them and respect them all the time. I know in my own personal experiences, I was always terrified of guns up until about the age 25. My husband would shoot with friends, and he had several guns that I was always a little edgy about, but after going with him and shooting them and learning more about them, I became more comfortable, and I actually ended up getting my concealed weapons permit after taking a course, and now after several years of practice, I feel confident that if a situation was to arrive, I will be able to defend myself and my family. The Concealed Weapons Permit course has a lot of useful information. Even if you're not considering carrying a concealed weapon on you at all times, I think it's very important information that's very useful and very helpful. My officer that taught my course was a highway patrol. He was very familiar with the state and federal laws, and they give you very useful information on the storage and transport of firearms and an overall safety measures that you need to take with guns. It's also very important to offer experiences to children in control settings. I have a child of my own. We've always been very open with her. She's known that we've had firearms in our home. She knows where they're kept, where they're locked up, and she knows that they're there. Now that she's older, we've taken her to actually shoot guns of her own. She understands how much power is behind them and what they can do and what she needs to do to protect herself when she's shooting. Accidents happen with firearms. Since November of 2012, there have actually been 197 reported cases of children that have been killed by guns. Out of that 197, 127 of them actually happened either in their own homes or homes of friends or family members, relatives. Actually, also out of that 192, there were 72 cases that the trigger was either pulled by the child that died or another child. And 52 of those cases were actually unsecured guns that the children got a hold of. The Center of Disease Control and Prevention actually estimate that there are 200 deaths for children 12 and under a year due to firearms. The New England Journal of Medicine did a study, and they were able to prove that there was a significantly higher rate of families that were more willing to take storage safeties into considerations when they were consulted by their doctor. The pediatricians take control and make sure the family understands the importance of this. I think is another useful education course and a way a family can take precautions in keeping their children safe. The top children's deaths, out of the top children's deaths, accidental deaths is actually in that list as well. Another form of accidents is sporting accidents. Every year there are 100 fatal deaths and 800 non-fatal shootings due to sporting events that are with guns. A good education course that is available in hunter safety classes. In my state, it's actually required to have a hunter safety class before you can buy tags to go shooting. Some of the major causes of hunting accidents is the failure to properly identify your target. Arches are swinging when we're shooting foul, when the birds move and you move the gun with it. That's the cause of deaths. Careless and negligence, and the victim being out of sight. You need to take precautions even if you're not the one that's shooting. You need to make sure you're aware of your surroundings and what's going on if you are in a situation where there's guns involved. Other preventative actions that you can take is having proper education of how to keep yourself safe. You need to choose clothing. Orange is a very known color in hunting. To keep orange, it's easy to see. You also need to make judgment calls. You need to keep yourself alert. With substance and alcohol uses, you actually also put yourself in control to where you won't have the proper judgment. Please be aware of all the dangers that are involved. Seek proper education before you purchase guns, before you put your family or children in danger. You need to also be aware of your state and federal laws and make sure that they're followed. They're there for a reason. Thank you so much for your time. Please keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. Thank you. Bye.